Hello and welcome to Dosis de Cultura. Today we bring you a challenge packed with trivia and fascinating facts. Are you ready to test your mind with 100 general knowledge questions? Let's get started. What type of ship transports heavy goods? A freighter. What color card indicates a send-off in a soccer match? The red card. In which American city did jazz originate? In New Orleans. In which country did the legend of Count Dracula originate? In Romania. In the 15th century, Vlad the Impaler lived in Romania, a ruler famous for the brutality with which he punished his enemies. Over time, his figure inspired Bram Stoker to create the legendary Count Dracula. Which continents are separated by the Bering Strait? Asia and America. What animal is the national symbol of Canada? The beaver. What does the prefix sub mean? Under. What concept is used to measure the height of a place above sea level? The altitude. In an electric circuit, what is the component called that interrupts or allows the flow of current? Switch. Which tree produces walnuts? The walnut tree. Which country does the island of Tenerife belong to? To Spain. What color do you get by mixing blue and yellow? Green. Which continent is located entirely in the southern hemisphere? Oceania. How many bones does the adult human body have? "206 bones. Who founded Microsoft together with Paul Allen? Bill Gates. In which country is the city of Bologna located? In Italy. What is the name of the ball that becomes the only friend of Tom Hanks' character in the movie Cast Away? Wilson. Which Spanish football team did Cristiano Ronaldo play for during much of his career? At Real Madrid. According to the Bible, which sea did Moses divide in two? The Red Sea. Who is the wife of Zeus in Greek mythology? Hera. What color is universally associated with a stop or danger sign? The color red. What is the name of the triangle that has all its sides different? Skalani. What is the name given to the explosion of a star at the end of its life? Supernova. When a star reaches the end of its life, it explodes in an extremely violent way. In just a few seconds, it releases an amount of energy comparable to that of billions of suns combined. This phenomenon is called a supernova, and its brightness can be seen millions of light years away. In which country was ancient Mesopotamia located? In Iraq. What is the result of a division called quotient? How does the saying, "when times are bad," end? Put on a brave face. Which wall symbolized the division of the world during the Cold War? The Berlin Wall. What name was given to the Christian military expeditions to reclaim the Holy Land? The Crusades. How many milliliters are there in a liter? 1,000 milliliters. How many years does a marriage have to last to celebrate its silver anniversary? 25 years. Who wrote the Harry Potter saga? The British author J.K. Rowling. Which zodiac sign is represented by a crab? Cancer. What is the name of the realm of the gods in Norse mythology? Asgard. What is a person who suffers from aviophobia afraid of? Flying on an airplane. What tool is used to measure angles in technical drawing or geometry? The protractor. Which movie was the first to win the Oscar for Best Picture? Wings, released in 1927. What does someone with insomnia lose? Sleep. On which continent is New Zealand located? In Oceania. Which musical note is found between do and my? Re. What psychological concept refers to the ability to put oneself in someone else's place? Empathy. Which cartoon character lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob. What nautical term refers to the left side of a vessel? Port. What is the name of Agent 007, the most famous spy in British cinema? James Bond. Which work by Dante Alighieri tells the story of a journey through hell, purgatory, and paradise? The Divine Comedy. How many pieces does each player have at the beginning of a chess game? 16 pieces. To which artistic movement does the work The Persistence of Memory by Salvador Dalí belong? Surrealism. How many months are there in a quarter? 3 months. Which civilization built the Parthenon, the famous temple dedicated to the goddess Athena? The Greek civilization. What economic concept describes when there is only one seller for many buyers? Monopoly. What is the name of the boy protagonist in the Disney Pixar movie Coco? Miguel. What is a person who suffers from hydrophobia afraid of? Of water. Which city in the world is located on 2 continents at the same time? Istanbul. What are the letters that are not vowels called? Consonants. What is the name of the number system based on only 2 digits, 0 and 1? Binary system. In what year did the First World War end? In 1918. Which Greek city-state was famous for its extreme military education? Sparta. What 2 pieces of information are needed to locate an exact point on a map? Latitude and longitude. What is the baseball player who throws the ball from the mound called? Pitcher. Which Caribbean dance has a variant called Rueda de Casino? Salsa. What are the original inhabitants of the Arctic regions of Greenland and Canada called? They are the Inuit. What word is used to describe something cute or adorable in Japanese? Kawaii. What is the actual flag of the United Kingdom? It's Flag C. What breed of dog is Scooby-Doo? He's a Great Dane. What does the medical term syncope mean? Fainting. What is the chemical symbol for phosphorus? P. What is the result of 53 times 2? 11. What force keeps the planets in orbit around the Sun? Gravity. Which ocean borders Brazil? The Atlantic. In which country are the ruins of Machu Picchu located? In Peru. What is the capital of Honduras? Tegucigalpa. What is the name of the spiritual leader of Tibetan Buddhism? It is the Dalai Lama. How many weeks are there in a year? 52 weeks. What is the capital of Russia? The city of Moscow. What currency did France use before adopting the euro? The French franc. What is the traditional way to greet or show respect in Japan? To bow. In Japanese culture, bowing is a traditional way of greeting and showing respect. Depending on the depth of the bow, you can express courtesy, gratitude, or even an apology. What instrument is used to measure the intensity of an electric current? The ammeter. What mythological creature appears on the flag of Wales? The dragon. How many keys does a standard piano have? 88 keys. Which city is famous for having canals instead of streets? Venice. How many units are there in half a dozen? 6 units. Where did Simon Bolivar die? In Santa Marta, Colombia. What is the part of the eye called that gives it its color? The iris. What is the real logo of Google Chrome? The real logo is option A. Which distance is greater, a mile or a kilometer? A mile, since it equals 1.6 kilometers. How many sheets are in a ream of paper? 500 sheets. What is stamp collecting called? Philately. How many legs do insects have? 6 legs. Which bird is famous for its ability to fish by diving into the water from great heights? The pelican. What color is Marge Simpson's hair? It's blue. Which of these three is a fern leaf? The fern is C. Which gland is butterfly-shaped and located in the front part of the neck? The thyroid. What is the name of this sport? It's rugby. Which islands inspired Charles Darwin in the development of his theory of evolution? The Galapagos Islands. What is the name of the moon where the first Avatar movie takes place? Pandora. Which dictator was overthrown in Iraq in 2003? Saddam Hussein. Who discovered the tomb of Tutankhamun? The archaeologist Howard Carter. Where was the singer Taylor Swift born? In the United States. What is the electricity generated by rubbing a balloon against your hair called? Static electricity. Which country does this flag belong to? It's the flag of Finland. What is the name of the white, half-moon-shaped part of the nail? Lunula. Want more? Click on any of the videos you see on the screen and keep learning with Dosis de Cultura.